Hi, Kim Knight here from The Art of Health, and welcome to this week's video blog, which is my new way perhaps of doing my e-newsletter, because for me it's much easier to speak and talk to a camera, and perhaps for some people it may also be easier to watch and listen to somebody talking rather than to read. Personally, maybe it's just my learning style. I'm not so good at reading screeds and screeds of words on a page, especially when they're on a computer. Not so bad when I'm reading a book, but computer, not so great. So here we go. Now there are three core topics in today's e-news, and at the end of it I'm going to share with you how 5 people can win a free consultation with me valued at $375 US. So stick around for that. Now the 3 topics I'm going to cover in this video blog. Number 1 is the importance of being grounded for health. Number 2 is the Meta Health Conference in Hawaii. I just arrived in Hawaii yesterday to present and to attend the Meta Health Conference, which is a very revolutionary, groundbreaking conference on health and well-being. And the third thing is some news on my medical therapy online program. So to start with, I'm going to cover the main topic today is grounding. And I've just watched this DVD called Grounded, which I highly recommend you watch if you're interested in what I'm going to be talking about right now. And it is all about the concept and the importance of being grounded to the earth. So what does that actually mean, to be grounded to the earth? It literally means to be in physical contact in one way or another with the earth, because the earth has a resonance which is called the Schumann resonance. And any of you who know what I do and my work, I often talk about the fact that everything is energy. Science has now proven beyond doubt that we are energy beings. We may think we're very physical, but we have different parts to us. We have our mental or mind part, we have our emotional part, we have our physical part, and we have our spiritual part. And all these parts make up our being and more. And essentially we are made of energy, and our physical being is really solidified energy. But if you go down to a quantum level, science will show now that we're really more space and energy. And energy is vibration, all right? So the earth has what is called a Schumann resonance, which is something like a 7.8, I can't remember the exact figures, but something like that, 7.8 hertz. And when we are literally physically connected to the earth, we attune to that resonance. And it is a self-healing resonance. It's a very, very healthy resonance. And science they've done studies on this and shown the beautiful, what it looks like, this resonance. And our brain ideally needs to be attuned to this resonance in order for us to be healthy and for our mind to be clear and to feel happy. Now the problem is, in our modern world, if you think about it, we have become very, very disconnected from the earth. And one of the main reasons for that, it's not the only one, but one of the main reasons, excuse me, oh, it's hot in here, it's Hawaii. One of the main reasons is that we wear shoes, and our shoes insulate us from being connected to the earth. And what I'm sharing here today isn't rocket science, it's just about recognizing or recognizing what we have forgotten. And I've been studying Qigong for 15 years, and earthing is a very important part of Qigong, and Qigong exercises and correct Qigong structure will help us to connect with the earth. But the fact is, wearing shoes and walking around on anything else but the earth disconnects us from this resonance. And according to more recent scientific studies, a lot of people are saying that this is really contributing to illness and ill health. And people who've been learning how to earth themselves, and that doesn't, we can do earthing in many other ways, from, and I'm going to show you in a minute, just from literally going out and standing on the earth. but people who have been re-earthing themselves have been healing themselves from many, many different illnesses, and some of them very sort of chronic, long-term, painful illnesses, including getting up and walking out of wheelchairs. So this is why I'm very passionate about bringing this information to you if you've not heard of it before, because whatever I hear that I think is valid and has been proven and makes sense and can help people move from a place of illness to a place of health, then I want to share it. So of course, you know, it makes sense if we think about it. We sit indoors, you know, hours and hours behind a computer. We sit in buildings, whether it's at home or at work. We sit in cars. And, you know, if you ask yourself, how much time every day do you actually go out and sit or stand or lie on the earth? How many minutes a day do you actually do that? And I was watching and reading about this in the last couple of weeks, and really started to recognize, you know what, you know, I live on 10 acres, it's beautiful, it's countryside, but I don't spend enough time with my feet on the earth. And so I made a vow to myself a couple of weeks ago, okay, every day I'm going to go out and I'm going to earth myself and get grounded to the earth very consciously and see what difference it makes. And I also decided to invest in some products to help me. And by the way, this is not a sales pitch. I'm not selling anything. I don't get a commission from who I'm going to refer to, but this is just too important not to share. So one can get what are called grounding mats. And this is a mat which actually one can put in one's car, and you clip onto something metal, and it helps to ground you while you're driving and to keep connected to this earth resonance. So that's one thing you can do. And another thing which I got is an earthing mat. And this earthing mat has a plug on the end which plugs into your normal power socket, but it only plugs into, I'm in America right now, so this just plugs into the earth pin of a plug. And so I sit at my computer, or I sit on, you know, if I'm on the sofa or wherever I am, I can sit with my feet on this, or even you can put it under your keyboard, and, you know, so that your hands are touching it, and it keeps you connected to this earth resonance, you know, anytime you're connected to the mat. And the other thing that I did with this little one here was I flew from New Zealand to Hawaii yesterday. That's a 9-hour flight. And sitting on this, I connected this to the metal of the seatbelt on the plane, and that kept me earthed. Because one of the things with jet lag is why we feel so jet lagged is because we've literally been so high off the ground and disconnected from the earth for a number of hours, and our body has to readjust. I mean, it's not just the time difference, it's the disconnection from the earth. And I really have to say, I mean, I'm getting much better anyway. You know, as I get older, I travel a lot and I have less and less jet lag, but I really do feel like I have even less jet lag than normal. So you might want to think about that. I mean, how easy is that? So I really recommend, I haven't got the book here, but I think it's either called Earthing or Grounded, or Grounding, and I just started reading that. And this DVD, I just watched it, it's really great. So I recommend that you just Google earthing or grounding and look this stuff up for yourself and investigate it for yourself, because, you know, one of the things I've really discovered on our journey in health and in life is that we have to discover what's right for us. What is right for one person may not be right for us. So go and investigate that if it appeals. So topic number 2, I'm here in Hawaii for, excuse me, the Meta Health Conference, which is an annual conference. And Meta Health is a method which I trained in this year, which is all about identifying the metaphysical reason behind physical symptoms, which is what I'm very passionate about, and I'm trained in several modalities which do that. So Meta Health, the thing that I love about Meta Health is that it's very scientific. There have been a lot of research done, and there's a lot of research really very specifically into correlating which parts of the brain are affected by particular emotions and particular emotional issues. and that really fascinates me. So there are going to be many speakers at this conference, and you can attend from anywhere in the world online. But you have to register. I think it's before it starts on the 24th of, well, I know it starts on the 24th, but I think you have to register before the 24th if you want to register. And I think at the moment they still have a 2-for-1 offer. So there are going to be many different speakers. And one of the topics which is covered, they go into great detail, and which I love Meta Health for, is cancer. You know, there is so much fear around cancer because there is so much non-understanding, and when we don't understand something we go into fear because our brain tries to fill in the missing information. And they've done so much research into the causes of cancer, and I would recommend anybody who has cancer to check out, you know, the Meta Health information. So in this newsletter there's a couple of links. There's one to register for the conference, and there's another link to a cancer webinar which I highly recommend that you watch if you want to understand the metaphysical, or in other words the real root reasons for why the body is manifesting cancer. And I will be presenting Qigong 3 times during this conference in the morning. So if you want to learn about Qigong and to practice along with us, then I look forward to seeing you during those sessions, which are first thing in the morning. And the third thing is just a quick update on my online nickel therapy self-help program. It was launched last week to my private clients, and I'm very excited to have several of my private clients come into the program. And next week I will be sending an email with an offer for the public. So this will be the first time that it will be offered to the public, and there will be a massive reduction in the price. And also I will be giving 5 people the opportunity of having a free consultation with me worth $375 US. And during that consultation we will be working out why is your body creating symptoms. Or if you want, you may like to use it for other things. But for many people, I know that is one of the biggest questions, is I want to understand why I have symptoms. And it is the first step in healing from my perspective. In order to understand what is causing a problem, in order to know how to heal or to resolve an issue, we need to know what is causing the problem. So that is the work that I really specialize in, which is why I call myself the Kiwi Health Detective, because I'm really able to focus in and find out, okay, these are what the issues are, and this is what we need to do to resolve it. So I wish you a wonderful day. Do go and check out all the links in the newsletter, and I look forward to seeing you in the next blog.